The birds are back, baby. Let's go. Yo, what is going on, you guys? BashtianYgo here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the sauce that's going to end all meta. The meta killer itself, FLOOWANDEREEZE. Yes, of course, it's back, baby. We're playing the birds out here now with the birds and the bees, of course, and maybe not the bees. But with the birds being said, guys, this is definitely by far going to be the best way to counter the current format that's so graveyard reliant, so special summon heavy. With this deck, there's no way you could possibly lose. Now, with that being said, that slight over exaggeration, let's go ahead and clarify that real fast if you get too seriously. So FLOOWANDEREEZE, guys, of course, I think it's just the best way to go ahead and counter the meta with this deck, and it got actually some, funny enough, some new support as well in the most recent set, Phantom Nightmare, which I'll go ahead and show you guys in this video as well. I think FLOOWANDEREEZE is going to be the best way to go ahead and counter the meta because, of course, it can play cards like Shifter. It can just go ahead and tribute over everything. Doesn't really destroy. You can actually, again, with the new support, do a lot of dodging effects. Things like Effect Veiler, Imperm cards that naturally would not destroy this deck. This now actually plays around, which I think is really, really cool. I think it brings another dimension to it, and with some additional support, I think this could potentially be back up there as one of the best decks of the format. Now, as far as the extra goes, it really is a preference on whether you guys want to play something potentially in the extra deck. I don't think it's really necessary, so I think you really just grab whatever 15 cards you like the best, slap them in your extra deck, and then you're good to go, as long as, of course, they're extra deck monsters. But that's beside the point, guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with 3 copies of Robina, of course. Want to make sure the Glare's not on there. 3 copies of Robina, your main starter, the homie. We're going to start off also with 3 copies, I should say, of Eaglin, 1 Stree, and 1 Tokan for our little birds. We're going to make sure that we're able to maximize out on our Eaglins and our Robinas, of course, just to be able to go ahead and get that additional engine going. Now, with that being said, of course, we got our little birds out the way. For the big birds, we play 2 copies of Endpen. You can play 3 potentially, but I'm going to go ahead and opt out 1 copy of FLOOWANDEREEZE and Snow. I think FLOOWANDEREEZE and Snow is really cool because you get additional normal summons as well, which another card did come out, funny enough, in Phantom Nightmare, which is called Ultimate Offering as well, which gives you additional normal summons, which I think is really cool, personally. But I just think because, of course, we can't really maximize too much out of that, we're not going to go ahead and play that card, but there is, of course, additional sauce. For the other big birds, we play 1 copy of the Ryza, 1 copy of the Mist Valley Apion, and that's going to round off for the standard monsters that you are going to be summoning out in this deck. It's pretty standard when it comes to it. I don't think we're really reinventing the wheel, if you say, when it comes to the FLOOWANDEREEZE monsters, maybe the Snowl in the main. But that's a personal preference, of course. You can definitely go ahead and play a 3rd Endpen, which I actually saw get a decent amount of success in the past months, so you definitely go ahead and try that out. I play 3 copies, of course, of Dimension Shifter, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Now, I don't play Droll and Lockbird in this deck strictly because it conflicts with Shifter. So, of course, Droll and Lockbird needs to go hit the graveyard. So, while it is a fantastic card and stops probably the best meta deck right now, which is going to be, of course, Snake Eyes, Fire King, they can still somewhat play around the Droll and Lockbird as well, so that is something that we'll get to in more of the Snake Eyes Fire King discussion, but you do want to go ahead and stay prepared, as Shifter, of course, are the main killers. And the last hand trap we do play is 1 copy of DD Crow, because we can search it. Yes, we can search out our copy of DD Crow from the deck directly into our hands, which I think is really, really cool, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. I cannot wait to show you guys the goo, of course, which I'm pretty sure you guys, if you guys have opened up any Phantom Nightmare or saw my opening for the sneak peek, you guys will have already known what it is. But let's go ahead and keep it going. So pretty standard as far as the monster lineup is concerned. For the spells, we do play 3 copies of the Magnificent Map, of course. You want to play 3 copies of the Advent of Adventure. Let's go ahead and put that right there. You want to play 1 copy of your FLOOWANDEREEZE Unexplored Winds as well, so really, really good card as well. And then the brand new card Swallow's Cowrie, or Cowrie, whatever you want to say it. This card is ridiculous. This card is so good, especially in this deck. So basically, it reads: tribute 1 winged beast monster in your hand or face-up field, semicolon. That's cost. So that means if your opponent Effect Veilers, Imperms your Robina, you activate this, you tribute it as cost, and you get to search any winged beast monster. So it says add 1 winged beast monster from your deck to your hand with the same level as the tributed monster that you tributed had. So you can go ahead, and even if you go ahead and activate this to tribute off the DD Crow, you can actually go ahead and search out Robina that way, and vice versa. So really good to have that right off the bat. Swallow's Cowrie is crazy good, hard once per turn, but definitely understandable, of course. Another card you can play in addition to this, or instead of, is cards like Enemy Controller, but it does not give you the, which does allow you to dodge going second, so maybe the card you can side. But I do like Cowrie's, Swallow's Cowrie as well, going first or second, letting you have that dodge negation, effect negation, and it also allows you to, of course, gain immediate consistency for your engine, which essentially, once you get one Robina rolling, you're good to go. For the rest of our consistency, of course, we play 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity and 3 copies of Pot of Duality as well. So when it comes to this, guys, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, not trying to get too crazy with it. We want to make sure that we're able to maximize out with our consistency. The sooner we get to Robina, the sooner that thing resolves, the absolute better. So, and that's gonna be it for our spells, guys. Let's go ahead and get these out the way, not waste too much time. We want to go ahead and get through this, and then of course we play the 3 copies of the Harpy's Featherstorm and 1 copy of Dreaming Town. Now, you can also take out one of the Featherstorm to go ahead and play your copy of Terraforming, which is one card I did not put in this deck because you just have so much consistency regardless of that card. But it's something you can definitely go ahead and play. You can put in a card like Call by the Grave, but I do like still playing the 3 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm in the main. Yes, it's a lot better, of course, going first, but I think just it's definitely worth at least putting them in the deck, because even if you're going to be activating this turns 2 or 3, whatever it might be, this is such a blowout card that you just, I feel wrong to not max out on it as well. So, so that's gonna be it for the profile itself, guys. Now, it's probably one of the quickest videos I've done on the channel, but I just want to go ahead and re-emphasize, if you're looking for an extremely budget option and budget friendly option, it's not gonna break the bank. You can play whatever you want in the extra deck. It does not matter because you're not really going to be going through your extra deck anyway. FLOOWANDEREEZE is definitely going to be the best way to go. Not only is it the best budget deck currently out there, realistically, because Fire King is not a budget deck. The structure decks are, but this realistically you can go ahead and pick up everything for less than the cost of the 3 structure decks, I'm pretty sure. And we're not playing anything too crazy, just some commons. Prosperity was reprinted, Duality is cheap. All the FLOOWANDEREEZE cards are for the most part very inexpensive as well, and you don't need an extra deck. As far as side deck goes, that's really where you might potentially want to invest. But honestly, guys, for the budget bang for your buck, the fact that it counters the best deck of the format as well as the surrounding decks as well. Branded Chimera, we're talking about Tearlament, we're talking about Labyrinth a little bit as well. Labyrinth is cool matchup against this because you can actually go ahead and tech in cards like Dark Simorgh, which then your opponent can't activate set spells traps, which is awesome. It's the auto win. It's Denko Seka. So really good, of course, as well, guys. But let me know what you guys think about FLOOWANDEREEZE in the comment section down below, guys. I think it's easily going to be one of the best meta, anti-meta killers of the format in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But let me know again what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys want to see duels with me playing FLOOWANDEREEZE for whatever reason, just go ahead and smash it down in the comments to get that out to you guys. But leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.